Welcome to tonight's Inspire Call.
But this is a first for Sizzle. So we're looking here at Laura and Dom Baccini, new 7 stars. How cool is this? New for them, but new for us too. So she's kind of just hitting those strides. They both are. So can you guys unmute? I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about how you've got here, what you've done, where you plan to go, and ask you a few questions.
We're here. Can you hear us?
Yeah, and I saw you guys sitting by each other. So, Dom, I actually heard that you got up and spoke at this last weekend.
Not quite. I'm kind of behind the scenes guy.
Yeah, that's why I was a little surprised, because you tend to kind of stay at the thing. But, when you guys started Sizzle, you were working a full-time job, right?
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
And then you retired, a couple years ago?
Laura retired me in 2016.
She retired you, yeah. And I've noticed you become a bigger part of her business. One thing I've learned about Laura just from talking to her from meetings and stuff is in the businesses that she's worked at before, she's done the exact same things. And she's been the leader in getting those ranks and pushing forward. And she really is, and I've said this before, one of the hardest working distributors in Sizzle. I love it. She's a great example. You guys absolutely deserve this. So, Laura, it's been a while. Tell us when you joined Sizzle, because I think people would be interested to know when you came and what got you interested in coming over.
That would be going all the way back to 2011, December 2011, when we heard about it. And then January 2012 started it all. And we were a company that bankrupted. And we heard about how Sizzle had the Dynasty Trust. And honestly, that was the first thing that made me interested. And then I met your dad, and the rest is history.
And I bet he was kind of like, a shock to the system for some people. I know you loved him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, still parts of every day. He's in something every day, and there'll be things that will go along. What would Tom say? What would Tom do? He's definitely a part of the business for everybody. Still, like a legacy that lives on for sure.
Absolutely. And back there, was there a certain product or products that really caught your eye? Because it seems like there is for everybody, but for you and Dom, like, what did you guys fall in love with first?
Triangle of Life.
The triangles.
It's probably still my favorite. Triangle of Life is me. I had allergies, and the combination of the 3 of them. Some people ask, which one would you eliminate? None. I think it's all 3 of them, but I had severe allergies, and I don't have allergies anymore because of the Triangle of Life. Yeah. So for me, that's a huge thing. And for Dom, definitely helps with aches and pains from being in construction. The Triangle has helped greatly with that. So that's like our foundation product. So still number 1 for me.
Yeah.
And what about you, Dom? Same?
Well, I like the Triangle, but there's a bunch of great products. I mean, the Sport, I love the Sport, especially. Every day before my workout, I drink the Sport, and I have amazing stamina. Gets me through that entire workout better than I've ever done before. And it's pretty good. And then the ripped right after. I do 2 ripped right after the workout, and that is good for the muscle regeneration. And I really don't get sore. And I do a pretty good workout with the Sport and everything. So yeah, those have to be probably my 2 favorite products right there. But I have a lot of product. I take a lot of stuff. Anything that's pretty much designated for him, I take it. So, yeah, and I really love it. But anyway, those are my favorites.
And since you've retired, have you enjoyed kind of doing more of the business with Laura that you kind of hadn't maybe been able to do as much before?
As you know, Laura's pretty much of a powerhouse.
Yeah.
She's very organized. She knows what she wants, and she knows how to get it. And she's very driven for certain things. And one of the things that stick out to me is that, the newsletters that she puts out, the newsletters pretty much quarterly. And she'll put out 500, 600, 700 newsletters. And that's each one passes through my hands in one way or the other, stamping or everything like that. But, so it's just one of those things. And I travel with her when she doesn't have anybody to travel with, which is hardly ever because, all the kids are in the business. So usually she's traveling to someone's team and she has somebody to go with them. But when she doesn't, and on the rare occasion, I'll go. And I do like to go to these, the Wisconsin, that was a great event. And yeah, so that's kind of it.
Well, I remember one of the first times I've met your whole family. Tom and I went and did a meeting back east, and it was like the first time, and it was just like this giant family, and you guys were hilarious together. You had your kids had their little twin, claps that they did and all this, and it was so fun to watch you guys. But since that time, to see your family evolve in this business as well has been very cool, and I think Laura has been such a great leader to them as well. It's been very fun to watch. But so Laura, as you have looked back, you're a 7-star or first 7-star. Looking back now, what would you do different? What would your advice be to somebody just getting into Sizzle now?
Ooh, what would I do different? Probably I would have talked to more people in the way beginning than I did, because I was kind of holding back a little bit because of what happened with the previous company. So I would change that and just tell everybody, don't judge for anybody what might be their response, yes or no. Just ask everybody if you think they'd be a great business partner. So I wouldn't hold back. I definitely held back a bit in the beginning just because of a trust factor. But then once we got rolling, there's no problem with trust with Sizzle at all. And so that held me back a little bit. But just my advice would be, don't hold back. You can trust Sizzle for sure, and just stay consistently consistent. And I always tell everybody, whatever your level is, you might be part-time working an hour a day, you might be full-time working 40 hours a week. It doesn't matter. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Just be consistently consistent in your own time frame.
Absolutely. Well, you kind of made the Taste and Talks famous, and I think they've been great. I know you still do them. Are you finding they're still successful, and are you doing those often?
Yes, we definitely are. And we've got them going in Texas now. We're doing one on Tiki Island once a month. And Dominic and Becca are doing 2 a month in Bio Vista. And Dominic actually hit 3-star and Becca hit 1-star.
Awesome.
And the talk and taste was the difference. That's the one thing they added. So do I think they make a difference? Absolutely, without a doubt. You're in person, you're with people, you're face to face. People, they feel your passion in your heart, and it comes through. It's a little bit different picking up a piece of paper and reading off a piece of paper versus seeing somebody live and in person. And whether you have 2 people in the room or 200, doesn't matter. You're doing the same thing. I just think that communication right there is the best way to do it. And, we're doing a Zoom meeting for people who can't get out and go in the living room. You could do Zoom meetings. There's just so many ways, but I believe the talk and tastes are keeping people connected and communicating. Communication is key.
Absolutely. And Tom Sr. used to say belly to belly, so important. And I totally agree. So, it's your 7-star now. So for those who are trying to get to where you are, where was probably your toughest spot where maybe you had a little bit of a stall, or, that you can maybe tell people to push through? What was a time for you that was like,
Well, sometimes you get a little comfortable, and then sometimes you want it for people more than they want it for themselves, and you try to work really hard in those spots. But if somebody doesn't want it, you can't make them want it, and you can't do it for them.
Right.
You can encourage them, you can guide them, and you can help them, but you can't do it for them. So I did hit like a little bit of a glitch, and we did move 2 major moves in 5 years.
That's true.
So that definitely held us back a little bit too. But just whatever your dream is, it's personal to each individual person, and just help and guide them, and just let people be themselves, because everyone's different and everyone's going to do it in a little bit of a different way. And that's the beautiful thing about network marketing. We all have the same framework, but we get to be ourselves. And I think that's important.
Actually, that's something I've noticed about you through the years. You're super accepting of people, whoever they are, whoever, they want to be. And I love that about you. I see that with your kids. I see that with the distributors that you work with. I think it's awesome. I think you guys are just doing a great job right now. I'm so excited. You guys hit 7-star. I think you deserve it. Is there anything you guys want to say as I close out kind of this interview and let everybody know, or just say something about this milestone that you guys have achieved?
Well, I just want to say one thing about the event. We super appreciate the fact that corporate can kind of come out and be at these events. That's pretty unique. We missed Thomas, unfortunately. I hope everything went well, Thomas, but Caden and Milo, they were awesome. And we really do appreciate the fact that they were out there. So, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for doing what you do, and the road trips. That's what I say. If I had to give somebody advice, figure out how to make it happen. Road trips, call Milo.
Well, and that's another thing, and I'll kind of close with that, is the road trips that you do. And how much you travel a year. It's a lot of work. This 7-star did not come easily. And I see you making those sacrifices with the travel, the taste and talks, and everything you do with that. So you guys are just doing great. Can't wait to see you guys get to 8-star. I'm sure it will be soon. Is that the new goal? You guys are going to hit it shortly.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, we're really proud of you guys, and everybody else is too. Everybody's been talking about this. Like you said, this is a new milestone for Sizzle as well, and we love it. So keep on breaking through those ranks, guys, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Milo, I'll turn it back to you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. And well, first of all, Laura and Dominic, I didn't hear anything about an 8-star. Your goals wasn't an 8-star for this year. I heard it was 10-star, and we are in the beginning of April. So chop, because I heard the 10-star for December. So let's make it happen.
That would be a record.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Perfect. It's been recorded, so we have this conference to prove it. So anyway, no pressure, but we'll see you at the 10-star in December. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. And yeah, like they were saying, just a hardworking couple that just doesn't stop, with anyone. Doesn't matter which organization it is, they're always there. And doesn't matter how deep of in their organization that leader is, they're always there supporting, traveling, getting the first fly in and first fly out. When I travel with her, I'm like, Laura, please don't schedule the 4 a.m. Flights out. I need to sleep a little at least, but she doesn't listen. But anyway, I love traveling with her and just learn a lot when we travel together and just go out and work for 14, 16 hours a day. So yeah, that's why, you guys are an amazing leader. So congratulations to both of you. And now we have our CEO and co-founder, Dom Mower, who makes it all possible. It's amazing to work for a company, guys, that still trusts people, that always is thinking about how to better products, how to better content, how to better, the leadership, what we need to do as corporate to make it happen. A founder that actually wants to listen to the field and actually helps the field on different settings, on product or sales tools, on travel. As last year I traveled, I'm not sure exactly how long, but it's like, if they need it, just go support them. Let's do promos. Let's do this. Let's do that. So it's just something so gratifying to work for someone that actually cares and has a huge heart. So we have him on the call today. He's going to be talking a little about the state of Sizzle and what we have for the future. So, Tom, go ahead.
Thank you, Milo. And I could sit here all night and listen to everybody's great comments that they have. I'm inspired, and what a great theme we have for this year, because it's something that motivates us to make change into our life. And, 3 weeks ago, I was able to go out to Pennsylvania with Dom and Laura and the team and the crew and meet the leaders and talk to them about the company and products and see what they're doing, which is very inspirational to me, because it's what we do. Thomas hit on a real key point. We have two very precious commodities in our life, and that is our time and our health. And those two things right there come right to the top of the list when we think about personally, what do we have that we cannot get back or very difficult to get back? And with our products and our opportunities, we try and maximize every moment we have. And we have great products to help us reverse the hands of time and the aging process and slow down the aging process and give us the help that we need. But Laura hit on a real key point that I thought I'd bring up. And really the point is Sizzle the right vehicle for you? We live in the mecca of multi-level marketing here in Utah County in Utah. And there's billion-dollar companies built around us. And I look at these companies and I learn from their failures. I learn from their successes. Most importantly, I learn from my roots and what drives me, going back with my grandparents and especially my father, Dom Mower Senior. Laura talked about her previous company and, the downfalls that they had that obviously led to their demise. And right now in the Valley, we have a lot of people looking for jobs because billion-dollar companies in network marketing are laying thousands of people off with the downturn of the economy. But it's with great joy and gratitude that I tell everybody here that we have grown almost 20% last quarter of last year at this time to this. And I know many of you will think, well, that my check went up about 20%, and it should have. And congratulations to each of you. But maybe I'll take just a moment and let's talk about the basic vehicle that Sizzle is. And that's really a question like Laura had. Is Sizzle the right vehicle for me? And that really has driven me for 40 years to make this a home that people can build a business, because there is no other industry that you can be part of a billion-dollar company from your home. But with that being said, it takes work, it takes dedication, and it takes goal setting. When I was back in Pennsylvania, I asked a very simple question. How many people set goals? And people, it seemed like a very high percentage of people who were about 3-star and above set goals and held themselves accountable. And they find ways to be inspired. But really what they find are good leaders and good mentors that make them good leaders and mentors, and that gives them the success they're looking for. And so first, you need to find, if you're going to trust your health and trust your time, you need the vehicle that will give you the success that you're looking for. Everything I do is designed, and everything we do here at the company as a family, as a company, is designed to make people successful in whatever their goals are through health or a business opportunity. And without having warehouses and manufacturing and call centers and $3 to $4 million ERP systems and labs, we have all that. You can have the type of business like you own the business. And you can go out there as long as you're willing to be a leader and share that and your testimony of the products. You can have a 6-figure or bigger income off of that. And it's all based on a company that's going to be here, like Laura said, a dynasty trust that goes way beyond us. So the foundation is set that this isn't a private equity deal that someone jumps in for 5 years and takes it public and sells off the assets. This goes on and on and on generationally. So if you're here and you're a Sizzle distributor, you made a major right choice in joining Sizzle. And you can have the results that the rest of the industry is not having. And we see the economy turning, but what do we see with Sizzle? A great increase in sales because people are spending their time helping other people have more spare time, but have dynamic health. And it really is that simple. And so a big component of being a leader is getting people to trust and believe that that this is the right vehicle for them. And if results are anything, in my playbook, results are everything. And an attitude is everything. And, we can look at something, the old glass is half full or it's half empty. Well, I have many failures in my life, but they're all very inspirational because they help me to perfect whatever I'm doing. The first time I bring out a turn and burn formula, Well, guess what? It was a failure, and the second and the third, and I find other pieces of the puzzle I need to put in that. The same is true with building your business. And find those things that inspire you. It can, a lot of times we have an actor, an actress in a movie, or a book that inspires us, or a song. I know sometimes Leisel's inspired to exercise, but she hurries and lays on her couch, and she knows it's just a feeling, it'll pass. Don't let those feelings go. When you go to a Sizzle event and you're inspired, set those goals. Right now, we have dozens of people on this call, and I hope they're being inspired. And I hope if one thing comes out of tonight's discussion that we have, they will set a goal that will challenge them. Our industry has done us a great disfavor in the fact they say millionaires are made while they work from home in their pajamas. Well, what you saw tonight with Dom and Laura, that is not true. I mean, they usually don't have time to get out of their pajamas because they've got 45 minutes to sleep before they catch the next plane and rent the next car. But I'll tell you what, it's very rewarding. You can work with your family and you can bless the lives of those people around you and have more time with them doing what you enjoy on your time schedule. And, this is, it's like going to a church. And just because I'm sitting in church doesn't make me a good Christian. It really takes work and effort to do that. The same is true with Sizzle. Go to the meetings, be inspired, get a testimony of the products, and it's really that simple. We'll take the $1 billion lift in the manufacturing, the shipping, the research and development. Everything we do is here to support you to become the best you that's even possible. And I'll tell you what, none of us have reached the greatest level that we can in what we're looking for in health or in business building. But unlike every other competitor we have in the industry, we are designed totally different. We're a manufacturing and a research development company that searches out treasures throughout the world, and we bring them to market sometimes decades before pharmaceuticals and others can do those type of things. That's why we have such a massive investment into that side of the business. We just want you to experience great health and share that and help people set goals and achieve what they want out of life. Now, Sizzle, the old British Empire had a saying that the sun never sets on the British Empire. And that's true with Sizzle too. We're in Europe, we're in Japan, we're in Australia, but we're just getting started. We're putting a massive effort into Europe now with a lot of the banking issues. It's been tough the last 2.5 years, but we've gotten through that. And Milo's going to put a big push with tours, and I'm going to go and support that. And we're really going to ramp that up. So I know the Baccinis kind of have an affinity towards the Italians. Well, might be a good time to reach out and do a little genealogy into some of your family roots and help them build some businesses and have some success. But there's so many of us we meet, in our own areas that have international connections. I have seen huge success stories from a teacher who knew a teacher in another story or another country and shared the business opportunity. I've seen it happen numerous times, and all of a sudden they're like, I make so much more doing this than I do at my profession that I went to school for 4 to 8 years, and it's a lot funner. I'm traveling and enjoying my family. So, I'd like to issue the challenge for everybody to inspire others to greatness. Take these very fundamental concepts. Trust Sizzle. We want only one thing for you, and that is for you to achieve your goals. But write those goals down. Hold yourself accountable. Look for mentors in this industry that will help you receive that success. We have the very best mentors in Sizzle. We have the very best leaders out there. And I'll tell you what, and they're just coming of ripe age, prime time. And this is a very family business, but it's an international business, and everybody has their heart in the right spot. And so let's get out there. And I look forward to seeing more people this year and going to Europe and doing some traveling. But Caden talked a lot about Mower Mountain. This will be the biggest one we've ever had. We've got 20 people coming from Japan, and this will, as far as bodies and activities, we might be making snowballs and having a snowman building contest this year. If we don't, Thomas and I spent the last 2 days shoveling off the barn, and we lost a section of it. But I'll tell you what, it's been one heck of a year. But I look at it as a blessing. We need the moisture. We went through record drought. And so that's what business is overcoming our own personal obstacles and what the world throws at us. Because after that, how high is high? You set that. Go out there and live your dreams and be inspired, but help others along the way. Milo?
Thank you so much, Tom. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we are where we're at right now, because of the leadership. The leadership that we have here in corporate reflects, trickles all the way to the brand new distributor out there. While you were talking, I was looking the definition of leadership, and leadership leadership is a set of behaviors used to help people align their collective direction, to execute strategic plans, and to continually renew an organization. And that's what we are right now, guys. We have tremendous leaders out there that are working diligently every single day to create more leaders. And that's the reason that we're growing right now, because you guys are not just doing or managing your organizations, you're training people into become leaders and delegating responsibilities. And it all starts at the very head of an organization. In this case, Tom is an amazing leader that does the same thing. He delegates different delegation or responsibilities to people and execute. So, guys, we are so excited for what's going on. They were talking about Mower Mountain and the rodeo tickets. They're up right now. You guys can go and purchase your tickets right now in your back office or calling customer service. I was just checking the back office, and they're up and live right now. So to purchase them, we only have a limited amount, so we can't get any more. So make sure that you get your tickets and participate on this amazing day on Friday, just to be part of the Sizzle family. So thank you so much, guys, once again, for everything you do. Thanks for the trust. Thanks for the patience. Thank you for being who you are, for the help that you get, for the suggestions that you make every single day, for the emails, for what is working, for what is not. We want to keep that communication line open with you guys. Please, anything that you think that it's going to help the business, let us know. We love to hear from you, good and bad. It doesn't matter. We know we're not perfect. We know that we make mistakes, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we fix those mistakes and make ourselves better in order for you to be more successful. So thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight. We'll post this call here in the next couple of days. You guys have a great evening, and thank you so much, and congratulations to all the winners this month. So we'll see you next month, May 1st at 7:00. And you guys go out there and, how Dominic would say, meet the people, say it loud, say it proud. How was it, Dominic? This was number one. So thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.